Hey friends, and welcome back to English Podcast for Listening and Speaking. It's so lovely to have you here again, nestled in this calm space where we can learn English together. My hope is always that these episodes feel less like a lesson and more like a gentle story, unfolding slowly, allowing you to truly absorb the language in a way that feels natural and relaxed. We're here to explore the beautiful nuances of English, not through rigid rules, but through the flow of everyday life, through personal reflections, and through stories that make the words truly come alive for you. It's a journey of discovery, calm and steady, just for you. If this episode helps you, if it touches you in some small way, or if it simply makes your learning journey a little bit softer, I'd be so grateful if you liked, subscribed, or left a kind comment. Please feel free to share any topics you'd love for us to explore in the future. Your presence here means the world. Now, get comfortable, maybe pour some tea, and let's begin. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that touches all of us, something deeply human and wonderfully intricate: how to apologize naturally in English. It might seem simple, just a little word like, sorry, but as we often discover with language, there's so much more beneath the surface. I remember a time, not too long ago, when I had accidentally double-booked myself for two important meetings. One was with a dear friend I hadn't seen in ages, and the other was a critical work discussion. In my rush, I completely forgot to tell my friend about the conflict until the very last minute. When I finally called her, out of breath and feeling absolutely terrible, my first instinct was just to blurt out, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But as soon as the words left my mouth, they felt empty. They didn't capture the knot in my stomach, the genuine regret I felt for disappointing her, or the understanding that I had wasted her precious time. It was then that I truly understood that saying, sorry, is just the beginning. A real apology, a natural one, is a delicate dance of emotional intelligence, taking responsibility, and gently, thoughtfully, building connection. It's about showing care. In American English, especially, a meaningful apology isn't just a simple statement. It's a multi-layered expression. It's about acknowledging the impact of your actions, not just the action itself. It's about letting the other person know that you see their feelings, that you value them, and that you understand the situation from their perspective. It's about more than just the word, sorry. It's about the feeling behind it, and how you choose to express that feeling. Think about it. Have you ever received an apology that felt insincere? Perhaps it was a quick, mumbled, sorry, or maybe it sounded like an excuse rather than an acknowledgement. How did that feel? Probably not very good, right? A true apology, on the other hand, can mend bridges, restore trust, and deepen relationships. It's a powerful tool, and like any powerful tool, it's most effective when used with care and intention. So, what makes an apology truly meaningful, truly natural in English? Well, I've come to see it as having three key elements, almost like the sturdy legs of a comfortable chair. When all three are present, the apology feels balanced, sincere, and complete. The first element is what I like to call *smart acknowledgement. This means admitting the issue clearly and specifically. Instead of a vague, "I'm sorry," you pinpoint exactly what you're apologizing for. For instance, if you were late, you wouldn't just say, "Sorry." You'd say, "I'm sorry I'm late." It's simple, but it makes a big difference because it shows you understand the specific thing that caused the problem. It tells the other person, "I know what I did, and I acknowledge it." The second element is a asterisk thoughtful explanation. This isn't about making excuses, it's about providing context without shifting blame. It's about giving the other person a little insight into what happened, so they can understand, but without trying to justify your actions. For example, staying with the lateness scenario. I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic was unexpectedly heavy, and I misjudged the time I needed. Notice how it was traffic's fault. But, this is what happened, and I take responsibility for my part in not planning better. It shows reflection, not deflection. And finally, the third element, which I find to be the most beautiful, is asterisk genuine connection. This is where you use kind, respectful language that truly shows empathy. It's about acknowledging the other person's feelings or the inconvenience you caused them. So, after acknowledging and explaining, you might add, I know your time is valuable, and I truly regret keeping you waiting. Or, I feel terrible about this, and I hope it hasn't caused too much trouble for you. This part of the apology reaches out and touches the other person's experience, showing that you've considered their perspective and their feelings. It's about reinforcing the bond between you, even in a moment of difficulty. And here's a little secret ingredient that can make your apologies even more powerful and natural. Combining an apology with gratitude. This is such a lovely way to show emotional maturity and social awareness. Think about it. If you're late, you don't just say, I'm sorry I'm late. You can add, thank you for waiting. This immediately shifts the dynamic, acknowledging their inconvenience while also appreciating their patience. I'm sorry for the delay in getting back to you. Thank you for your patience. It's such a simple addition, but it conveys so much more than, sorry, alone. So, as we prepare to explore some specific phrases and structures, remember that we're aiming for something deeper than just a word. We're aiming for apologies that are heartfelt, clear, and connect with people on a human level. It's about understanding the nuances of how we express regret, take responsibility, and strengthen our relationships through our words. It's about being authentically you, even when you've made a mistake. Now that we've explored the heart of a natural apology, let's gently turn our attention to some specific words and phrases. These aren't just vocabulary. They're tools to express regret, show appreciation, and respond with grace when someone apologizes to you. We'll take our time with each one, letting its meaning truly settle in. Our first phrase is often used in slightly more formal or professional situations, but it's incredibly useful. I apologize for the inconvenience. This acknowledges that your action has caused trouble or difficulty for someone. For example, if you accidentally sent an email with the wrong attachment, you could say, I apologize for the inconvenience. Here's the correct file. It directly addresses the trouble you caused. Now, gently repeat this phrase with me. I apologize for the inconvenience. Sometimes, the simplest and most powerful thing is to just completely own your mistake. For that, we have, that's completely my fault. This phrase shows full responsibility, clear and strong. If you accidentally spilled coffee on a document, you might say, oh, that's completely my fault. Let me get you a new copy. It leaves no doubt about who is responsible. Try saying this with honesty. That's completely my fault. Apologies are also about feelings. This phrase, I feel terrible about this, expresses genuine emotional regret. It shows you truly care about the impact your mistake had. If you forgot a friend's birthday, you could call and say, I feel terrible about this. I completely forgot your birthday, and I'm so sorry. It conveys deep sincerity. Let the emotion resonate as you practice. I feel terrible about this. A strong apology often includes a look to the future, a commitment. This phrase is, I promise this won't happen again. It's a reassurance, showing you've learned and will take steps to prevent recurrence. If you've been late multiple times, you might say, I'm so sorry for being late again. I promise this won't happen again. I'm setting an earlier alarm. It builds trust. Say it with quiet conviction. I promise this won't happen again. For more significant mistakes, when the impact is deeper, we need words that carry more weight. This is, please accept my sincerest apologies. Sincerest emphasizes the absolute depth of your regret. After a serious misunderstanding, you might say, I understand the impact my actions had, and I truly regret it. Please accept my sincerest apologies. It's formal and heartfelt. Take a deep breath and try this one. Please accept my sincerest apologies. Now, let's explore that wonderful idea of combining an apology with gratitude. It's a beautiful way to show emotional maturity and strengthen connections, saying, I'm sorry for my mistake, and I appreciate you. This phrase is perfect when you know you've made someone wait or taken longer than expected. Thank you for your patience. It directly acknowledges their time and understanding. If a project is delayed, you might say, I'm so sorry for the delay. Thank you for your patience. It proactively shows appreciation. Practice with gratitude. Thank you for your patience. Similar to patience, understanding is a gift when we make mistakes. For these moments, we can say, I appreciate your understanding. This phrase acknowledges their empathy and willingness to see your situation. If you had to cancel plans last minute due to an emergency, you could add, I'm so sorry to cancel. I truly appreciate your understanding. It builds bridges. Feel that appreciation as you say, I appreciate your understanding. Finally, it's just as important to know how to respond gracefully when someone apologizes to you. Being a good forgiver shows empathy and helps heal connections. Let's look at a few phrases to use when you're on the receiving end. This is one of the most common, casual, and friendly ways to accept an apology in everyday English. No worries. It means, don't worry about it, or, it's okay. If someone accidentally bumps into you lightly and says, oh, sorry, a perfect response is a gentle smile and, no worries. It immediately takes the pressure off. Practice saying, no worries. This phrase is wonderfully empathetic when someone apologizes for a common human error. It happens to the best of us. It means, we all make mistakes, and it's okay. If a friend apologizes for forgetting something small, you might say, don't worry about it, it happens to the best of us. It normalizes the error with warmth. Try this phrase with compassion. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, people feel very guilty when they apologize. In those moments, a compassionate response is, don't beat yourself up. This idiom means, don't criticize or punish yourself too much. If a colleague apologizes profusely for a minor error, you could say, it's really okay, don't beat yourself up over it. It offers comfort and encourages self-forgiveness. Imagine offering comfort as you say, don't beat yourself up. These phrases, used thoughtfully, become more than just words. They become bridges between people, healing moments, and opportunities to strengthen our connections. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but authenticity. And with practice, these natural expressions will feel like second nature to you. Now, let's gently explore how certain grammar patterns can truly deepen our apologies, making them sound more natural and heartfelt. It's not about memorizing rigid rules, but understanding how the structure of a sentence can help us express our feelings with more precision and care. Think of grammar here as a quiet helper, guiding your words to be exactly what you mean. One of the most common and beautiful patterns we use is saying, apologize for, followed by a verb ending in ing. We call this an ing verb form, or a gerund. When we say for, it's a little word that acts like a bridge, connecting our apology directly to the specific action we regret. Because for, as a preposition, the verb that comes right after it takes this special ing ending. So, instead of a sentence like, I apologize for I was late, which can sound a little clunky in natural conversation, we simply and smoothly say, I apologize for being late. Feel the difference? Being perfectly captures the action you're apologizing for. It's direct, clear, and very natural. Let's practice with a different example. Imagine you've accidentally used someone's pen without asking. You wouldn't say, I'm sorry for I took your pen. A more natural way to express that regret would be, I'm sorry for taking your pen without asking. The taking instantly communicates the specific action. It grounds your apology in the concrete mistake. And sometimes, our apology is for something we didn't do. If you forgot to send an important email, you could say, I apologize for not sending the email sooner. Notice how we just add, not, right before the ing verb. This simple structure allows us to be very precise, whether we're apologizing for an action we did take or one we failed to take. This pattern truly helps us pinpoint the exact nature of our regret. Now, let's move to another incredibly powerful grammar tool for apologies. Using should have, followed by the past participle of a verb. This pattern is so profound because it's not about making an excuse. It's about gentle self-reflection and taking clear responsibility. When we use should have, we're looking back at a moment and acknowledging that we had a chance to act differently, or that we overlooked something important. It expresses regret for an action that didn't happen, but in hindsight, should have. For example, if you accidentally double-booked a meeting, you might reflect and say, I'm so sorry, I should have checked my calendar more carefully. Here, should have checked, clearly indicates that you realize your oversight and take full responsibility for it. It's a quiet confession of, I know I could have prevented this. Or imagine you made a promise to help a friend, but you completely forgot. When you apologize, you could say, I feel terrible. I should have written it down. That phrase, should have written, communicates that you understand the proper step you missed. It shows you've thought about what went wrong and how you could have managed it better. And here's another common situation. Perhaps you interrupted someone in a conversation, and then realized your mistake. You might say, my apologies. I should have let you finish your thought. This acknowledges their right to speak and your regret for cutting them off. The should have phrase beautifully conveys that you understand what was appropriate in that moment. Using should have allows our apologies to carry a deeper meaning. It transforms a simple, sorry, into an acknowledgement of personal insight and a commitment to learning. It shows the other person that you're not just saying words, but that you've truly reflected on your actions and their impact. These grammatical structures might seem small, but they hold immense power in shaping the sincerity and clarity of your apology, helping you connect more genuinely with others. Now that we've gently explored the building blocks of natural apologies, the heartfelt vocabulary and the subtle power of grammar. It's time to bring it all together. Imagine these words and structures as colors on a painter's palette. You have them, and now we'll begin to paint. The most beautiful way to make these phrases truly yours is through practice. Not rushed, stressful practice, but slow, gentle repetition, allowing the words to settle into your own rhythm. This is where shadowing comes in. A lovely way to build muscle memory for your tongue and your heart. I'll say a sentence, and then I'll leave a quiet space for you to repeat it back, almost like an echo. Don't worry about perfection, just let your voice connect with mine, mimicking the pace and the feeling. Let's start with a common situation. You're a little late for a meeting with a friend, and they've been waiting. You want to apologize, but also show gratitude for their patience. I'll say it first, then you can repeat. I'm so sorry for being late. Thank you for waiting for me. Let's try that again, feeling the care in your voice. I'm so sorry for being late. Thank you for waiting for me. Now, imagine you've made a small mistake at work. Perhaps you sent the wrong document to someone. You want to take responsibility and promise it won't happen again. Listen carefully, and then repeat. I apologize for sending the wrong document. That's completely my fault. And now, let's add a promise for the future. I promise this won't happen again. I'll double-check next time. Let's try a scenario where you feel terrible about something you did. Maybe you accidentally broke something valuable. You want to express your deep regret. Here's how you might say it. Listen and repeat. I feel terrible about this. I should have been more careful. Try it again, with a gentle sincerity. I feel terrible about this. I should have been more careful. Sometimes, you might interrupt someone, and then realize your mistake. Remember our should have grammar? Listen, and then try to echo this. My apologies. I should have let you finish your thought. One more time, gently acknowledging your oversight. My apologies. I should have let you finish your thought. Now, let's explore what it feels like to receive an apology. It's just as important to respond with grace and understanding. Imagine someone just apologized to you. How would you respond? Here are a few phrases you can practice. When someone says, I'm sorry, you can offer understanding with a gentle, no worries. It happens. Try it yourself, with kindness. No worries. It happens. Or, if you truly understand their situation, you might say, I totally understand. Don't beat yourself up about it. Feel the empathy in those words as you repeat them. I totally understand. Don't beat yourself up about it. This kind of scenario practice is so valuable. It's like a gentle rehearsal for real life. Now, I'm going to give you a little situation, and I want you to softly, in your mind or out loud, imagine yourself speaking. There's no right or wrong answer here, just an invitation to feel the words. Imagine you forgot to call a friend back, and they've just gently reminded you. What would you say? How would you apologize? Take a moment, feel your words. Perhaps you thought of something like, oh, I'm so sorry for not calling you back sooner. I should have done that yesterday. Or maybe, my apologies, it completely slipped my mind. I feel terrible. Whatever words came to you, notice how they feel. Here's another one. You've accidentally spilled a drink on a table at a cafe. How would you apologize to the barista or to the person next to you? Think about taking responsibility and maybe offering to help. Maybe you imagined yourself saying, oh no, I'm so sorry for making a mess. That's completely my fault. Or, I apologize for the inconvenience. Can I help clean this up? This journey of learning is deeply personal. To truly make these apologies feel natural, I encourage you to keep practicing. Don't just repeat the words. Try to feel the emotions behind them. You could try journaling, writing down different apology scenarios and how you would respond, both as the apologizer and the forgiver. Or, if you have a trusted friend, you could gently role-play these situations, speaking them out loud. A powerful technique is to observe. Notice how native English speakers apologize in movies, TV shows, or even in casual conversations if you have the chance. Pay attention not just to their words, but to their tone, their body language, the quiet sincerity in their voice. And remember our main goal: to combine the apology with a touch of gratitude when appropriate. I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you for your patience. This simple structure can make a huge difference in how your words are received. Don't be afraid to make mistakes as you practice. Each stumble is just a tiny step forward. The goal isn't perfection, but connection and authentic expression. So, keep practicing these phrases, keep trying out different scenarios, and most importantly, keep connecting with the feeling of a genuine apology. As we gently bring our time together to a close today, I hope you feel a little more connected to the quiet power of an apology. Remember, it's truly more than just saying, sorry. It's a bridge, a way to show care, to take responsibility, and to strengthen the connections we share with others. We've learned that a meaningful apology in English often has a few layers, like a soft, comforting blanket. It's about acknowledging what happened clearly, perhaps offering a thoughtful explanation without making excuses, and always aiming for a genuine connection. It's about letting your heart speak through your words. And that little touch, that combination of apology and gratitude, like, I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you for waiting, can make such a difference. It shows emotional maturity, a beautiful awareness of the other person's time and feelings. And receiving an apology with grace, with phrases like, no worries, or, I totally understand, helps to complete that circle of empathy. Learning a language is a journey, not a race. Each step you take, each word you try, is a victory. The mistakes? They're just whispers that guide you forward. So, be kind to yourself as you practice these phrases and scenarios. Allow yourself to feel the words, not just say them. If this episode has helped you feel a little more confident, a little more at ease with the art of apologizing naturally in English, I would be so very grateful if you considered sharing it with someone else who is also on their learning journey. And please, if there's a topic you'd love for us to explore together, leave a gentle comment. Your thoughts mean so much. Until next time, please take gentle care of yourself. Keep that wonderful curiosity alive, and keep learning, one soft breath at a time. Thank you very, very much for spending this time with me.